story starts at American when I was a incoming freshman and I failed the math placement exam. Um, I'm gifted when it comes to writing and reading, but math is just not my thing. And I got a 9 out of 30 on the placement exam. I was 1 point away. And I cried because it was like horrible, and not only was it horrible, but I had already scheduled all of my classes. So this meant that I had to reorient my schedule. So I couldn't take that math class that I was registered for. And the only other class that was open was called visual literacy. And I was like, what is visual literacy? Like, how do you, like, it just sounded like a phony class. So I signed up for it anyways. And my professor was Sarah Menkefish. And we ended up, not only did that end up being my favorite class in college, but Sarah is also the program director for Discover the World of Communications and ended up hiring me as a rising sophomore for the program as a teacher assistant. One of the classes that I TA'd for was called Speaking for Impact with Ann Timmons. And one of the field trips that they do is taking the students to the Smithsonian Museums to talk to their head speechwriter. And long story short, him and I ended up hitting it off, and I asked him if he needed any internships or any interns around the office, and he said no, but thank you very much for asking, and he encouraged me to apply. And then the next day in class, Anne came running up to me saying that John Yanner, who was the speechwriter, had contacted her and they did need an intern, and if I was still interested, I should send him some writing samples. And so I sent him some writing samples, I got called in for an interview, and I went, and it was so exciting. And then I got a call from him one day that I didn't get the internship, but that I was their second choice. And then I got a call in August that the graduate student who they had hired had decided to go to a different institution and was no longer going to be in Washington, D.C., and he asked if I was still interested in the internship, which I said, yes, please. But none of that would have happened if I wouldn't have failed my math placement exam my freshman year. Yeah, that's right.